Here we go.
Presenting Benny
All
Goodman
right.
and his orchestra.
Hey, everybody. Oh, Jesus, doing this thing to me again. Before I get to the comments. Remember that password correctly. I did not. Hang on. Oh, jeez.
Let's dance to a half-hour rhythm by Benny Goodman and his orchestra, the Raja Rhythm, playing for you from the Joseph Urban Room of the Congress Hotel in downtown Chicago. Dodging a Divorcee, the first number. Benny Goodman and his orchestra.
Okay. It's making me do that whole verification thing. And then it's still not working correctly. All right, then. There may be any number of comments here. I don't know. It's not letting me log in. There we go. Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome along. Hastily scrambling. Okay, there we go. Alright, I had a whole tour planned this morning, but the app just had other ideas. So what do? I guess we do some TikTok theater here or something. Give me a second. Alright. Morning, everybody. Sorry for the delay getting on here today. Not much. Okay. We go through now and say, good morning, Karen. Hey, Evangelina. Hey, Bella. Hey, Marcia. Hey, Heather. Hey, Casey, Betsy, Kathleen, Larry, Diane, Jean, Tracy, Kristen, Londa. Hey, everybody. Hey, Karen. Hey, Bob. Hey, Betsy. I'm missing what Bella said there.
Singing The Day I Let You Get Away.
But I know you're out there because I see somebody replying to you. Okay. Hey, Timothy, Susan. Morning, Gloria. All right, sorry for the late start today. Katie, I was wondering about that, how much kids know McDonald Land characters today. Okay, so it says on here that these are going to be Graves Off the Beaten Path. Really, it's just kind of a late start tour. Really, what we're going to have to do is TikTok theater today, because... oh, hey, Cassidy on her honeymoon. Hey, Cassidy. Well, yeah, we'll throw in a grave off of the beaten path while we're at it. So, welcome along, everybody. What I was going to do is just, quickly show you some of my recent TikToks. Yeah, I'm betting John also probably isn't too familiar with the works of Allen Ginsberg, even the greatest hits. But yeah, some graves off of the beaten path. Let's cover a couple of these since we're here. Yeah. Since I accidentally put up that title in my rush to get started, we'll do that. I was going to be broadcasting from Andersonville today. However, the app wasn't cooperating, so I had to rush home, and I realized I forgot to change the title. So now we've got this, this is a Rose Hill Cemetery, which is right near where I was anyway, but I still got the deck up for graves off of the beaten path. So this is one that was I found a while ago. There are a couple of graves that I know of at Graceland with a skull and crossbones on them. It's the kind of thing you might see in a lot of old, 18th century graveyards or older ones down in the South with skulls all over to remind yourself to remind people you are going to die, so you got to get right with the Lord or what have you. Usually it's a Freemason thing when we see it around here. Like this, on the other side, there's this, for Captain George Smith, he's got this acronym. It's an acrostic, is what it is. Or initials. It says something like so-and-so went to so-and-so. It's some kind of Freemason thing. One of a few weird things around here. There's also, if we're looking at weird things on graves, there's also this at Rose Hill for Anna Jussin Anderson. You note here, there are 3 dates. For February 23rd, 1857, Sept 27, 1877, and November 1894. What's the middle one? You know, usually there's a birth and a death, like there are here. But this one, there's a middle one that I'm guessing is maybe her wedding. But it doesn't really say, so there's no way to tell. Kristen, I would go down there more often. I was going down there a lot more early days of the pandemic, but now traffic is back. So yeah, this could be a zombie grave here, so it could be that she died the once and then came back and died again. I just feel like there's a really good story here someplace. But alas and alack. We'll also go check out some other ones that I hadn't really set up since we're working on the fly today on account of the mobile app was crashing. Now this, if you've driven by Rose Hill on Peterson Avenue, you've definitely seen this statue over the wall. It is for a guy named John Finch, who was a big shot in the IOGT, that is the International Order of Good Templars. Templars were people who were into temperance, not drinking. So I have been proposing for a while that we start our own organization called the International Order of Bad Templars. In fact, tonight is the Time Travel Pub Crawl. We're doing a late St. Patrick's Day virtual Time Travel Pub Crawl right back here at Mysterious Chicago tonight, featuring some dispatches from the Dead Ringers in Ireland right now. So tonight, I guess, will be the first official meeting of the International Order of Bad Templars. That'll be us. All right. Oh, another temperance person, of course. And I always get very close to this one. I kind of feel like I should add it. But over here is a marker for Frances Willard, who is the head of the Women's Christian Temperance Organization. Early social activist. The Willard House, you might remember years ago, we went there for the mini tour up in Evanston. But a lot of temperance stuff up and around here. What else can we cover? Oh, yeah. While we're doing Rose Hill off of the route, I should always kind of add in James Minikakis died 6606, and his gravestone says, "From darkness he came, in darkness he lived, to darkness he returned, and from darkness he will be reborn to a better time." Yeah, I thought this was supposed to be the most metal guy of all time. As I understand it, he is not even a very big heavy metal fan, and you'll notice I'm talking about him in the present tense because he ain't dead yet. He did not, in fact, die on 6606. Apparently, he's just a big vampire enthusiast, though he didn't go so far as to actually rise from the grave as Anna Anderson apparently did. But he lives right nearby me, actually. I've seen a picture. He looks like J. Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man. In fact, I just picked up this terrific book by the guy who wrote the Spider-Man musical about what all went wrong. I'm always attracted to books about writers who were traumatized by writing, but I feel like I already know how that musical came to be. There was some guy who looked exactly like Jameson going like, kids don't want musicals about lovable Rose anymore. They want Spider-Man. Musicals about Spider-Man. What does Spider-Man do? He saves the world. Who else saves the world? Bono saves the world. Get me Bono to write a musical about Spider-Man. I'm sure that's exactly what happened. Who else do I have in here? I added Henry Riddle. And I can't think why I added this other than the fact that it's such a cool name. Harry Riddle, remember me. It looks like there's more on this. Let me see how big I can make this so I can read it. I can't quite repeat the rose and a heartsy ass. Violet, friends around. Well, okay, we're going to look this up later. I feel like I looked up Harry Riddle before. I can't remember what the details are. I just think it's a cool name. I always love the name Riddle as a last name. This one, I just can't make it big enough to read the thing properly. We'll do this another day. Once again, I didn't really plan for this to be the tour today. So on my drive home, I decided, okay, we'll just make it a TikTok theater kind of day. So that's what we'll do. But then I forgot to change the title up here. Now, a crucial part of going back to your old town is going through the 80s action figures. I call this little guy Design Flaw Ninja from the Chuck Norris and the Karate Commandos line in the 80s. You wind his arm up and then it spins really fast, which is pretty cool. But you got to hold it in such a way that you don't waste your fingers. And you will waste your fingers. You'll learn valuable lessons about violence from this little guy. And that guy, the Chuck Norris Karate Commandos action figure line could really hurt you. There was also this spinny guy that was also known to really hurt you. If you hold your hands correctly to make them do the action, it would probably hurt. Here's one from just yesterday, just last night. All right, I had a car that was about to expire with a few bucks left on it, so I just went nuts. Travel pillow, some shampoo, batteries, glasses cases, new belt for my fanny pack, travel charger, some travel hairspray, watch stand, vitamins, whole bunch of nasal spray, a light bulb, some connectors, travel humidifier, and antacids. This is like 42-year-old Christmas morning here. But of course, I also went to Five Below, where I got a whole bunch of candy and this sweet bow and arrow. Took me a lot of takes to actually hit the phone with the bow and arrow there. All right, and one more. This will be the longer one. I trimmed down the poem a little bit, but this was already came up in the comments. Very proud of this particular recording, so enjoy it. Some of the best minds of my generation destroyed by Grimace. Starving, hysterical purple, it dragged itself to town from McDonald Land like a thief who'd come to steal the dawn, looking like a bloated Zorro in the hat and mask he had begged, borrowed, stolen from the Hamburglar. He crept into town gurgling rhapsodic jazz, making noises like a biker being violated under the streetlights in a great field of stars. Bring me a shamrock shake, he boomed in a basso voice that belonged to the thunder, and he laughed like the river below the Brooklyn Bridge as he wickedly demanded that we supersize it. But April had already sprung forth, and they were gone into sweet grandfather goodnight. Our mayor stepped forth to tell the beast that they were gone, and was grabbed by the velvet lapels and thrust toward the volcano of his red mouth screaming, and the grimace gobbled Mr. Carlson and Mr. Stitches and all the homemakers, shareholders, sidewalk sliders. And the angel-headed hipster pinko shouted, "We told you this would happen, we told you that consumerism would consume you all." Howl, 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 grovel, grovel, grovel. It ate up their brains and imagination for the want of a shamrock shake. McDonald's, solitude, capitalism, extra value meals, McDonald's the cheap, McDonald's the clean. Tell me, what can it mean that McDonald's is clean? McDonald's is your kind of place. I've heard they serve you rattlesnakes. McDonald's, where they dug in the back for the last packet of seasonal Shamrock Shake Mix. McDonald's, where they called in Mayday, Mayday to a clown who had packed off and gone to India. McDonald's, where the Grimace was arrested at high noon, broke the cuffs and slithered off laughing on the way to your town. McDonald's, where a plaque beneath the statue in the playland read, "My name is Ronald McDonald, King of Kings. Look upon my works, ye mighty, and despair. And despair, and despair we did." Mayor McCheese, I'm with you in McDonald Land. I'm with you in McDonald Land, where the burgers are sliced to the thickness and the glimmer of a Roosevelt dime. I'm with you in McDonald Land, where McDonald's pizza is more than just something I once saw in Minneapolis or was at Cedar Rapids. I'm with you in McDonald Land, where you counted the money you made off the Muppet Babies Happy Meal. I'm with you in McDonald Land, where the corpse of Mac tonight lies tangled in the arms of the corpse of the professor, and the early bird flies vulture circles up above. I'm with you in McDonald Land, where Officer Big Mac and the Hamburglar finally sit together for lox and bagels Sunday morning, and the Fry Guys also sit. I'm with you in McDonald Land, where still you forge the yellow signs, the glowing capital M's, the golden arches that light the highways of the Plutonian, American, Western night. All right. So that's a true story. I did, in fact, see the best minds of my generation destroyed by the Grimace. And no, Kristen, I own a lot of turtlenecks. Maybe too many turtlenecks. But I've also got all the kids' meal money. Tomorrow I am off to New York City for the first school trip of the year. Those of you who don't know, one of my many side hustles is taking school groups around large cities. So I'll be spending the next few days taking kids around New York. This is their meal money. I just kind of like posing with it. I always tell the bank, like, do you have one of those bags with a dollar sign on it like in cartoons? Apparently they don't actually have those. But all right, I'm not going to make it rain, as that would be too much of a mess to clean up anyway. I've got to number all the envelopes for these things. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, and those beyond the binary, of course. So thanks a lot for joining me. We will be back tonight for the first official meeting coming to order of the International Order of Bad Templars. That's us. For the virtual time travel pub crawl late St. Patrick's Day edition, featuring a couple of dispatches from the Dead Ringers who are presently, in fact, in Dublin. Pretty easy to get there when you got a fool killer, right? But all right, ladies and gents, those beyond the binary, I will see you all back tonight, 8 o'clock Central right here. Until then, I'm Adam from Mysterious Chicago saying stay safe, stay strong, stay hungry for a McDouble. But most of all, stay spooky, everybody. Thanks for joining me a little bit late. Once again, app crashed, had to rush home for Plan B. Tomorrow I still intend to do Find a Grave Friday. I should have time to do that. And I got a pretty good idea where I'm going to be on Saturday as well. I will be able to broadcast for you guys on Saturday, live from New York. Till then, stay spooky. See you tonight. And go Cubs!